Good morning, gamers.
Did we sing that up, do you think?
I think we did it right.
Yes. Hello, good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in to day 2 of the GOONHAMMER Open. We're Hellstormwargaming. I'm Tom.
I'm Brett.
Hi, Brett.
And we're here live in Nottingham for a really cool event of Warhammer 40,000.
Absolutely. It's round 4 of a 6-round event. We're streaming one of the top tables today.
We are indeed.
Both of these players are undefeated.
They are, so we've got some Space Wolves and we've got some Death Guard.
Yeah, some very icy-themed Death Guards.
Yeah, you can see some really cool-looking armies. There's going to be a lot of blue.
Yep, now, we're going live again for a fresh day, so we need you guys in the chat to be like tech support, okay? Let us know about audio levels. Can you hear me? Can you hear Brett? Do you need me to turn Brett off? I mean, if he's being annoying, I can do. Hope you don't mind, Brett. Yeah? Or me, if I'm being annoying and stuff. But yeah, so let us know how we're sounding. And let us know where you're watching from as well. You currently got us on in your kitchen on Sunday morning. Are you in bed? Maybe watching us in bed.
I wish I was.
But yeah, Brett could do with some volume. Brett, I'll give you some more volume.
Thank you very much.
All right, mate. Bear with me.
So something you're going to notice today is that Mikey is not joining us.
Where is Mikey, Brett?
So Mikey is off doing some personal business today.
That sounds shady. He's doing some drug running.
Let's calm down. But yeah, so we won't be joined by Mikey today, so it is just us for the day.
Yeah?
So all you Mikey fans, we are very sorry. You have to put up with our big foreheads today, okay?
Wait, that's something we do have in common, actually. We do have very big foreheads. Yeah, absolutely.
12 heads. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. That is one thing you can get from us. Great shiny fods.
Amazing stuff.
So, shall we take a look at the table? The lads are just deploying at the moment.
Yes.
And then while they're deploying, we can quickly talk through some lists. And you guys, if you have any questions about the lists or what's going on at the tournament, stick them in the chat. We can answer any questions. So,
let's go over.
Let's have a look. So, Greg is running the Death Guard today. He's gone 3-0. Both of these players have gone 3-0. And we have Chris with his Space Wolves. Now, you might remember the Space Wolves player was on stream game 3. So, if you caught that, thank you so much for tuning in.
He's back.
He's back with a vengeance. He took out the Admech. A nice little fluffy Admech this time.
Yeah, it's very. Apparently, the sound is gone.
The sound is gone.
When you switch cameras, we can't hear. Well, we'll try and get that sorted out. Yeah. Just give us a couple of minutes.
Can you hear both of us now?
Let us know. Yes.
Okay,
cool.
So that's all right. Well, Brett, can you just potentially talk through the list while I try and fix why one of the microphones is missing? That'd be fantastic.
Of course. Apparently, we're back. We're good.
Yeah, I think I've spotted the
guys.
problem. I just need a second to fix it.
Cool, so we're going to go through the list now. We'll go through Greg's list first with the lovely icy blue Death Guard. So Greg has gone for a battalion today, and he's gone for the Plague Company Mortarian's Anvil. And we'll go through some of those cheeky bits in a minute. So we'll start off with the HQs. So first off, we've got a Death Guard Demon Prince with wings, a Hellforged sword, and it's got the Revolting Resilient Warlord trait, which I believe is the 4+ Fear No Pain.
Yep.
And he's also gone for the Warp Insect Hive. Now I'll quickly tell you what that does. It's one of the Mortarian Anvil special relics. What this does, each time the bearer makes a melee attack, he can reroll hit rolls and the wound rolls. So it's rerolling hits and wound rolls naturally, which is really, really, really nice. Yeah.
Can I just jump in? Can the chat hear me now, please? Just again, you are our tech support. I think I might have been muted, or one of us might have been muted, but can you hear me now?
Apparently you're quite quiet.
I'm quite quiet. Okay, no worries. Brett, continue with the list.
Cool. Yes. And he's got a bit of talent as well. Okay. The second HQ is going to be a Lord of Contagion. You might remember the Lord of Contagion from the famous Dark Imperium box set.
It was, yes.
He's a lovely model.
He is, absolutely.
And he's got the Gloaming Bloat Warlord trait.
Does that turn off rerolls, I think?
Yeah, so when an enemy unit is within contagion range, they cannot use Overwatch or set to defend. But the real thing is the enemy models in the unit cannot reroll hits or wound rolls.
Right,
I think there's a stratagem to boost your contagion range to like 7 or 9 inches.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really, really, really tasty. And
for anyone that doesn't know Death Guard, the contagion range, it sort of starts off at 1 inch in turn 1, and then it gradually increases. So I think it's 3 inches by turn 2.
You get -1 toughness aura.
Exactly. So
they creep up on you.
As you get into later rounds of Death Guard, they become even more obnoxious, don't they? Just the amount of range that you can get on the -1 toughness, it's really good. It's really strong, isn't it?
Apparently we're sounding fine now.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you, chat. Very good.
You are our tech support, and we couldn't do this without you. Cool. So thank you so much.
Onto the troops. We've got 3 units of 10 Poxwalkers. Very standard affair. Now we've got some meat to the list.
Oh, here we go.
We're back. with the Chaos Contemptor Dreadnoughts, with the twin Volt Culverins, the missile launchers, and there's 2 of these guys.
Wow. Okay.
Not quite 3 from yesterday, which you might remember, but we've got 2. And then we've got 3 units of 3 Death Shroud Terminators. You're going to see these guys a lot in most Death Guard lists. They're just that good. Yeah,
so they're just tough. They can do the damage as well because they have the choice of attacks, don't they? So they can do like a big sweep attack, or they can do it if you're going into something chunky. They can just try and wreck that chunky thing with a hard-hitting attack.
-1 toughness around you, all of a sudden they're like big strength size, can really put the hurt on. Yeah. With reroll wounds as well.
You'd assume in the wound your things in 2s and 3s, wouldn't you?
A lot of the time, yeah. Cool, and they can heroic intervention with Mortarian's Anvil stratagem.
Oh, right, okay.
If they're within 3, so don't stop near them. You're in for a bad time.
One of those, I guess if they're on an objective, you'd be very wary about getting anywhere near to try and tow onto that objective because they're just going to try and heroically intervene into you, aren't they? Get you off that objective. It's a great tactic.
Absolutely. Then we've got a Foul Blightspawn. He's got the Arch Contaminate Warlord trait, so he's going to give the aura of reroll wounds for every plague weapon near him. So he's going to be chilling with the Death Shroud, probably going to make you so you guys haven't charged when you charge near him.
Yeah.
So you don't get any bonuses for like Space Marine like extra attacks. You fight back and forth. He's really, really powerful.
Yeah. So I was chatting to the Space Force Way, Chris, just before he came on, and one of the things he was worried about is he's running Vanguard vets effectively, Wolfguard, and we'll get onto his list in a minute. But he was really worried about that Blightspawn because then if he goes in charging, he is going to turn off his charging effect so he doesn't hit first, basically. And it's one of those that he doesn't want to get hit by Blight Lords. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was telling us that this is his big counter matchup, and we're going to hope he pulls through.
Yeah, absolutely. So is there anything else in Greg's list?
Yeah, we've got 2 units of Chaos Spawn. They'll just be holding objective, denying some deep strike or range, I imagine.
Yep.
So they're there. And then we've got 3 Plague Burst Crawlers. Once again, they've got some outline and start shooting. That's something else that Chris was worried about.
Yeah, it's one of those that Plague Burst Crawlers, I think we saw this, I think we had Death Guard maybe game 1 or game 2, didn't we? Yesterday, and we saw that Plague Burst Crawlers really put in the work because they're tough, really hard to shift.
Yes.
I think they're about 175 points.
Yeah, they're really cheap.
Yeah,
for what
so
they do.
Toughness 8, they've got a 5-up invuln, a 3+ save, -1 damage because it's Death Guard. They don't need line of sight. Sometimes they'll take the entropy cannons, which are basically las cannons.
Yeah.
They can put the hurt out. Really strong choice.
They're incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Folks running more Death Shroud than Blight Lord Terminators, and in most cases, yes, some lists run like a nice big unit of 10 Blight Lords just to keep alive.
Yep.
Maybe some 2 last points, but more often than not, you'll see some Death Shroud running around.
Yeah, and I also think Death Shroud have the bodyguard rule as well, which can sometimes catch people out.
Lord,
the famous bodyguard rule.
The famous bodyguard rule. So that'd probably be being put on the Lord of Contagion.
Yeah, just Lord of Contagion sitting in the middle of them or just to the side.
Death Shroud behind a building. You can't shoot him.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
And that's the Death Guard list.
Amazing.
Very powerful. Greg's a great Death Guard player.
Absolutely. Greg as well, absolute legend of a guy. Both of these players, Chris and Greg, really nice guys. Chris was saying to me as well, we're going to go on to Chris's list in a minute for the Space Wolves, but Chris has only been playing competitively since May. Since May. You're right there, Brett.
Yeah, it's just the sunshine.
The sunshine has just come out in Nottingham.
And I'm blind.
Yeah, and it appears to have blinded Brett. So if we can't see the table, we're just going to make it up as we go along. All right.
Load up.
We think things are dying and we think things are alive, but we can't currently see. But yeah, both these lads, incredible. You'll remember if you tuned in late on Saturday, it was game 3. We have got the same Space Force player. He beat Lyre with his AdMech and stuff, so we'll go and take a look at his list in a second. It's really nice to see you all in the chat as well this morning.
Captain Chaos, how's Chicken Wings? We didn't go for Chicken Wings in the end.
Oh, please tell Captain Chaos what we did go for in the end.
We're sorry to let you down on that front, but we went to some really lovely burgers.
Yeah, a place called Annie's, which was...
Place called Annie's, highly recommended.
Absolutely. If you're in Nottingham anytime soon, or if you're coming for maybe the next Goonhammer one, if they decide to do another one, we highly recommend book a table at Annie's. It was banging. This stream isn't sponsored by Annie's.
No, we just really like it.
Yeah, I can tell you who the stream is sponsored by, though, if you want, Brett. Did you like that? That was good.
That was good. Let's go.
We have 3 incredible sponsors for this weekend, guys. You can just see the sunshine behind us, actually.
Yeah, I can really see it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 3 sponsors. We've got Hobby Workshop, guys. So if you do !Hobby in chat, they are a friendly local gaming store who do 25% off pre-orders for Games Workshop stuff and 22% normally across the board. Great guys. So if you can !Hobby in chat, that'd be great. Also sponsored by Elegoo, the 3D printing guys. They do great 3D printers. Obviously, 3D printing is on the rise for terrain, things like that. If you're interested in that, please do !sponsor to see all of them. And finally, 3D printing 3D board game accessories. Easy for me to say. So if you like things like the base adapters for models to try and separate squads, those are really great as well. So while the players are still setting up, we'll go through the Space Wolves list quickly and we'll see what's happening there.
Cool. So it is obviously the same list from yesterday. So we saw this guy, Chris, yesterday playing the lovely Space Wolves.
Thank
so
you,
we'll
Moon Tyrannid,
for because apparently the term 1 has already started.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
With Death Guard taking the first term. So we'll jump into that eventually.
Nice.
But we'll just quickly go through the Space Wolf list. So we've got a Chapter Master. He's got a Jump Pack, Mastercrafted Bolt Gun, the Armor of Rust, and a Thunder Hammer. And so he's going to be pretty smashy.
Absolutely. Basically, like a Smash Captain.
Yeah. He's got the Rights of War, so you can make a non-obsec unit obsec.
Yes,
in the command phase. Really nice.
So really good for like maybe the Wolf Guard, jumping on an objective, giving them Rights of War, and then they... Yeah.
Exactly. Then we've got a Primaris Chaplain on the bike. Benediction of Fury, Wise Orator. He's cracking off the litanies on 2+. So he's going to be good. They've got this 2 Assault Intercessor units with chainswords. We like those.
Yeah, they're going to be for holding backfield objectives, aren't they? So.
That. We got the Incursors as well for some anti-deep strike mechanics as well. Then we've got 2 Redemptor Dreadnoughts, Macroplasma Incinerators, the -1 damage machines.
The Plasma Dreads are great, aren't they? Let's be honest, you know.
I love them.
You can get rerolls from them. Obviously, the Plasma can be a bit swingy, but if you can get some a nice roll on those Plasma, they do the work. 3 damage if you overcharge, really good.
Absolutely.
Really good at the moment.
Cool. Then we've got everyone's favourite again, the Relic Contender Dreadnought with 2 Volkite Culverins. Nice. It's a Dreadnought off today.
It is. It's going to be a case of which Dreadnought can see which Dreadnought first and who can do the most damage, right? So the only difference is Greg is running 3 of the things.
Cool. We'll try and run through this pretty quick. Then we've got 3 identical units of Wolf Guard with jump packs, Lightning Claws and Storm Shields, 2 Cyber Wolves, 2 units of Long Fangs and Melters and Grav Cannons, a Drop Pod, and the Land Speeder Storm.
A Land Speeder Storm. So good to see it on the table, isn't it, Brett?
Very good.
Yeah.
Cool. Those are the lists.
Fabulous. So we've got Greg, we've got Chris, and it's turn 1 for the Death Guard, right? Do you want to give us a bit of an update on what's been happening so far, or is it just the movement phase for the Death Guard player?
I think it's just like the movement phase at the moment, but we'll get a quick update on that.
So now, this is like seeing behind the 4th wall, Brett, but the Space Wolves player was saying to me that he thinks he needed first turn for this game. He thinks that was like what he needed.
Yes.
Now, he's not got it. I think that this is still going to be a great game. The line of sight blocking terrain is really good. The only thing I'm thinking is obviously that Greg has the Plague Burst Crawlers, and obviously Plague Burst Crawlers, they don't worry about line of sight. The Plague Burst Mortars are good. If he can get some of those Plague Burst Mortar shots onto those Vanguard veterans, effectively the Wolf Guard, that was what he was worried about.
Yes.
So we'll have to see if that is what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Apparently only the spawners moved, so we're still in the very early stages. Whilst they are moving, should we just quickly have a look at the secondaries they've chosen?
Yeah, let's do that, yeah.
I'm going to have a look on that screen because I cannot see the big monitor through the sunlight.
So do you want to go through Greg's first?
Yeah, so Greg's going for engaging all fronts. So this would be where the spawn are going to be coming into their own, running about, scoring them those points. We've got the Death Shroud that can jump down as well from reserve. So that's not a bad one. We've got raised banners. So uses Poxwalker to start raising banners on objectives. They can do their thing. That's what they're there for. And they're tanky enough and maneuverable enough to keep them off.
Yeah,
exactly. Off the objective. Yeah,
and it's one of those that once you've raised a banner on an objective, the other person needs to come and take that banner down, don't they?
Yeah.
So you don't actually have to worry about staying there, do you?
Once you've got it, you've got it.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then let's have a quick look at what Chris has got for his.
The last one Chris gone for, was grind them down.
Sorry, grind them down.
Great pick. Death Guard are really resilient, as we all know. So, and Greg's list is incredibly killy.
Yeah.
I think at the last Hellstorm event, or the last 2, he got the most victory points.
He did. He won like Bloodiest General, which is effectively kill the most, and he didn't win the event. So that just shows how killy it is, really. And then,
Blue Latios says, "What was the mission? What is the mission?"
The mission is Vital Intelligence, but we just haven't got that updated on the sheet yet.
Can we get the mission updated in the bottom, please, mate? Thank you very much.
But yeah, Vital Intelligence. So as you can see, 4 objectives on the field, and they'll be fighting over that. It was the diagonal deployment as well, the weird across the side of the board, basically. So
yeah.
And secondaries for Chris. What has Chris decided to take?
So he's also gone for engaging on fronts and raise the banners.
Yep.
Because he's got jump pack units. He's got the chaplain on bike. He can move around really, really quickly. Whether he wants to actually commit to them movements and get up in the Death Guard's face, it could be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, apparently the secondaries aren't updated
Oh,
on
okay.
our end.
Let's have a second, and I will try and update those. Bear with me.
So we'll try and get that sorted for you.
Yeah.
Tino Bean just subscribed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you very much. Apparently Greg's at 6 CP. Yeah, sorry guys, we'll just try and get these overlays sorted out for you.
Yeah, bear with 1 second, guys. It's Sunday morning, so
It's
obviously
Sunday
the PC
morning.
is going, I just need a minute, guys. I need a bit of a lie.
Guy. Tom's the tech guy today. I'm just going to chat about the Warhammer.
God help us. I believe we should now be updated.
I believe so. So engaged on fronts, retrieve Octaristator, and Oath of Moment. That makes more sense to me.
Let's just triple check as well. Greg's. So Greg's have changed.
Okay,
so
we have to
please, our sheet didn't update, so just give us 1 second. We'll go back through those. Thank you.
Cool. So we've got to the last, which I believe is going to be the Playburst Crawlers.
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
Or his Relic Contemptors. I believe they're the same points, so we might just need some clarification on what he's taking for to the last on that, because you get a choice there.
Yeah, I think it's going to probably be the Playburst Crawlers.
I would assume so too.
Three.
Yeah. We have Mikey in the chat, so we have to be on our best behaviour. All right.
Hello, Mikey.
Mikey, everything's fine, mate. I hope you're enjoying your day
it went
off.
really smoothly when you left. We double promise.
Yeah, exactly. Engage on all fronts. I mean, this is a great map for it. The deployment helps you affect. I think you're guaranteed 2 every turn just with the deployment. You're going to be in 3 of the corners at least. So
yeah, and he's also gone for Vital Ground, which is the mission-specific objective.
Yes.
Vital Intelligence. So this mission is really cool because when you control an objective, even if you move away from it, you still hold it.
Yes.
And a unit can do an action.
Right.
And if they live until your next command phase, you score points equal to the amount of objectives you currently control.
Yeah.
So for the Death Guard, this is really, really, really nice. And
so
it's a smart play.
Absolutely. So we are in Greg's turn 1, guys. Nice to see so many of you in the chat. Shout out to people like Adam. Got the blue Latio 93. So many people from yesterday as well. Moon Tyranids here. So yeah, if you're in the chat right now, let us know where you're watching from. And who you're rooting for. I'd love to know if
who would you
people
like to win this game?
Space Wolves, Death Guard, both great people, both great armies. I actually don't. This is the first game where I'd be happy for either player to win. I know it sounds silly, but like
we love both armies.
I saw some Admech. I was rooting for the Admech in the last game, but I think on this occasion it is going to be a great game. Both fantastic guys. It's just going to be fabulous. So yeah, what a great start to Sunday.
Something just dropped.
So. Just still in the movement phase, bit of shuffling around. Are there any Sisters players here? There aren't many Sisters. I don't think there are any Sisters players that have gone undefeated currently. We've not seen any, have we?
We had a Sisters player on the first game.
Yep.
Yesterday morning. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was against a Squigoth. Can we just talk about the fact we had a Squigoth on stream? That was 24 hours ago. That was insane.
That was so cool.
You'll be able to watch that back as well. We're going to put all of these games so far from this entire weekend. They will be up on Hellstormwargaming on YouTube next week. So if you want to catch up on any of the games, if you want to see a Squigoth do Squigoth things, that'd be fantastic as well. So
keep talking. I'm just going to try and get something sorted.
Yeah, absolutely. No worries, man. But yeah, I just talked. There are currently 6 tables undefeated at this event. So yeah, there's people like currently a great game going on between Conrad and Malik. We asked them to come on stream and they didn't want to. Obviously, we will get them on later on if one of those progresses. But obviously, there's 2 Admech players currently running a really hot meta list in the undefeated section. Some players you might know, Alex Harrison. He lost one of his games actually, so he's not here. But other players that I can tell you that are currently in the top, there's quite a few Drakari around. Obviously, we know that Drakari are really good right now. Lots of Raider spam, some really good tooled up lists that hopefully we can get those on stream as well for Game 5 and Game 6. Looks like we're just getting towards the end of the Death Guard movement phase. Greg just having to think about maybe what he wants to do in his Psychic phase. Obviously, he does have... I think he's got a couple of Psychers. I'll just check. Yeah, he's got his Demon Prince, so he's definitely going to have some sort of Psychic phase. Why do we think there isn't much Admech there? That's a really good question, Adam. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's 2 Admech players pretty much running the same list. Obviously, you've got Malik, and I can't remember the name of the other player, but they're pretty much the same lists. I'm not too sure why there's not many Admech players there. Maybe people are just getting a little bit... a bit bored of playing them, do I say? Because they are a bit obnoxious. Do you have any idea, Brett, why you think there might not be as many Admech players here currently? I think there's only maybe about 3 or 4, isn't there? So
I've got my own opinion on it.
Okay.
I think everyone who plays Admech now is bored.
Yeah, I literally think that as well, yeah.
Honestly, and people are building lists to counter them.
Yeah.
So what do? You counter the counters. You bring some wacky stuff.
Yeah.
The die-hard Admech players, we get it. You know, we had Lyle on yesterday with an incredible Admech list. And don't get me wrong, the lots of planes and lots of infantry lists is amazing.
Yep.
We know it does the business, but I think a lot of people are just falling out of love with it because it's just that, I don't want to say boring, but not so interactive.
It's currently the army to beat, so I think a lot of the top players, as meta develops, are going, what do I need to bring to beat this? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And therefore, I think the Admech players are maybe trying to get ahead of the game and changing up their lists ahead of time, maybe, and maybe bringing a different faction, a different army, things like that. There's a few Admech players in. Adam, I know Adam brings his veteran Skitarii to our Into the Hellstorm events and stuff like that. So if Adam was here, I would imagine he would have brought his Admech and stuff like that. But what army would you like to see win the entire Goonhammer? I know we're on round 4. There's a lot of Drakarians sort of in the undefeated. There's a few Marines. Obviously, we've got one of the Marines on the table right now.
Yeah. It's nice to see Space Wolf currently being undefeated.
Yes.
That's really awesome.
Yeah. And let's not kid ourselves. It is a Space Wolves list that is following the meta. It is effectively a lot of Vanguard vets, Debs in drop pods, long fangs.
It's an Iron Hands list without the Iron Hand rules.
You've literally hit the nail on the head, yeah. And maybe a couple of less Relic Contemptors, you know what I mean? So, but don't, we saw that Relic Contemptor. I think that Contemptor yesterday against the Admech popped like a Flyer and Dragoon, and Iron Striders, didn't it?
Yeah.
By itself?
Absolutely did the business yesterday. So we just got an update that the Death Guard first turn is over, and some Plague Bursts killed the Infiltrators from Chris's side there. So.
Right, okay. So
apparently just killed one model.
Just killed one. All right, so do we know where they were? So obviously we have a fancy tool today, and I'm going to enjoy this a lot, all right? So we've got 2 Plague Burst Crawlers here, obviously 1 here, and I'm assuming we'll get the Infiltrators.
Apparently in the top left.
Top left, what? So here?
In there,
nice.
Yes.
Okay. So they went for a bit of a long bomb, Plague Burst Mortar over the top just to try to shift one of those Infiltrators. So quite a quiet Death Guard first turn. I think it was more of a positioning turn from Greg.
So Chris has been obviously really intelligent in how he's deployed. He's preparing to go second, which is probably what you should do regardless, but he's hidden everything behind buildings, and the only thing Greg could actually do is the mortar fire, which it's 3d6 shots essentially.
Yep.
And
I think
he might not have spiked.
Yeah. I think with Greg, I think Greg can survive the punch. So for example, I think Greg is going to wait for Chris to come out and play, especially with his softer targets. And I think he's going to wait for Chris to try and make the first move.
Oh yeah, data intercept is the mission secondary, but what it does is the right thing.
Yes, Scott, yeah, just the wrong name. Sorry,
It's still Sunday, please. Please be forgiving.
Exactly. It's like we're flying blind today without our leader and saviour, Mikey, isn't it? But
we're going to try our best.
Absolutely. But yeah, let us know if you're hopefully enjoying the coverage in the chat. Let us know if you've been here all weekend or if you've just joined us today. Let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to give you guys a bit of a shout out just while the lads are going through the first turn and movement for Chris and stuff like that.
So quick question for the chat. What is it you guys want to see in round 5 and 6? What do you guys want to see in the final? I think we might have an idea.
Yeah.
We might have a small inkling.
Absolutely. I think we were saying that table 4 is Conrad versus Malik. That's Admech versus Minotaurs, effectively Iron Hand successors. Yeah,
that's a big game.
Yeah, both players know it's a big game. We went and spoke to them, didn't we?
Yeah, we had a chat with them, and we asked them to come on stream actually because we imagine you guys wanted to see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And said to us they don't want to come on, but we might see them later on.
Yeah, absolutely. But we think that maybe Malik, he won the LGT. He won the LGT Invitational. He knows what he's doing with his Admech.
And he recently won... What event was it?
He's winning a lot.
I know he's won 3 major events very recently.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we can have an educated guess that he's going to be around the top table. Unless Conrad might have the list to get rid of them. You know what I mean?
Conrad's a brilliant player.
Oh, he's incredible. Yeah, he's won the LGT before. Both of the previous LGT winners.
Both LGT winners. They know what they're doing.
Yep.
That should be a really interesting game. We'll try and get you some updates later on that.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're at the first ever Goonhammer Open. Who knows what could happen, Brett?
Exactly.
First ever one.
So we had a question about today's giveaway.
Oh, right, okay.
And we talked about the giveaway today.
We haven't even talked about the giveaway. Shall we come back to our faces and we can show people the giveaway? Hi.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
So, yesterday we gave away an Orc Combat Patrol. It was donated by our incredible friends at the Hobby Workshop, !Hobbit in chat if you want to find out a bit more about them. They do discounted Games Workshop. So today, Brett, over your shoulder, we have another giveaway. We have the sexy, the brand new Black Templars box.
How cool is that, guys?
You know by now, it's got the Codex in it, it's got Redemptor Dread, it's got Crusaders, it's incredible. Now, if you want to win that, we're giving it away at the end of the day today. After Game 6, who cares who wins Game 6? Somebody could win that, all right? And if you want to be within a chance, all you have to do, become a member on YouTube.
Yep.
You can subscribe on Twitch.
Yep.
You can Prime on Twitch. You can gift subs.
Correct.
You can super chat. You can donate. Whatever you do, which will give us a notification here, we will put you in the draw, an entry to put you in the chance of winning that box. Okay.
Very good.
Pretty
Good luck
simple.
to you.
So not only are we streaming about 9 hours today of incredible content, we're giving you guys something to win.
If we start flagging in about halfway through round 6, you'll know why.
Yeah,
it's harder than it looks.
We'll need some sort of support and some lifter, and that could be you guys. So thank you so much. But yeah, if you want to be within a chance,
Dats and Des come straight in, giving 1 sub.
Dats and Des, thank you so much. You're in the draw. Currently, there is a 100% chance that you're going to win that. I'm just saying those are technically the odds.
I think there's a few already submitted from overnight.
Oh, right, okay. Well, we'll check those out. Yeah,
we'll check those out. But you got a good chance so
Dats
far.
and Des, thank you so much. If you want to be like Dats and Des, make sure you super chat, sub, member, whatever it is, and we'd love to get you in that draw as well. So we'll jump back to the table now as well. Still in turn 1 for the Space Wolves. That's Chris.
I want to switch to his secondaries and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, let's have a look at that one. There we go.
There we go. So yeah, we've got engaged in all fronts, so he's going to be looking to really push up the board to start with some of those Vanguard vets, hopefully, and the Chaplain and the what they call the little wolves.
The Cyber Wolves. Is that what we mean? Yeah, Cyber Wolves. Yeah.
Very good. Oh, we just got a lovely super chat.
Oh, and who's that from? That is from DN Stuff. Just been on the phone to the suppository helpline. Can't believe how rude they were. I mean, thank you, DN Stuff.
Thank you for that.
I mean, you now are in the draw to potentially win that incredible Black Templars box set, though.
Tino Bean wants to know if he got his sub in from earlier today.
Oh, who said that, sorry?
Tino Bean.
Tino Bean, I will check for you, my friend. But whilst I check, Brett, have you got any updates from the table currently?
I mean, it looks like it's just still the movement phase at the moment. I mean, these early turns, sadly, there's not going to be too much to talk about.
Right.
So when we start getting into things like, turn 2, turn 3, when the combat start happening, more line of sight, like shooting lanes open up, that's when we'll start seeing some stuff die. We'll get some interesting things to update you with.
That's all good. I can confirm. Tino Bean, you are there 12 minutes ago. You subscribed. Thank you so much.
Nice one.
Let's have a bit of that for you. Exactly. There's the end stuff. Sorry, Dats and Des as well. Thank you so much for that. We'll get you guys written down and in the drawer as well.
Excellent. Dorado asks, can we see the list? So the lists are all on Best Coast Pairings.
Yep, absolutely.
So you can download the app for that or go on the website. I think it's a website.
Yeah, there's an online, there's an app version obviously as well. That's the best place to go, I would suggest.
I think you might have to be a subscriber to the app though to see the lists at the moment.
Yep.
So that's where you can find them on Best Coast Pairings, okay? Very good. So yeah, we're starting to get some movement coming out from Chris to start with now, moving up these Wolf Guards veterans. Trying to get the engage. Not sure we'll be able to get all of them wholly within.
Jack Holt coming in with the 449 super chat. Thank you so much on YouTube.
Come on, Space Wolves.
I mean, we will tell the Space Wolves player that you are rooting for them. Did you see that? Rooting? No, is that not rooting? Do they not call themselves the Root? No? Have I made that up?
The Route?
Is it? Oh, the Route.
Oh,
Routing
Tom.
for you? I could have done that joke so much better.
Tom.
I'm sorry. But Jack Holt, you are also in the draw right now to win that Black Templars box set. Thank you so much, mate.
Very good. Good to have you aboard.
Also like to shout out as well. All right, we had a message, okay, in from somebody called Georgie Broad. I don't know who she is, okay. But wow,
yeah.
Is this the new Hellstorm Wargaming? This is so great. I would watch this so much more.
Do you detect the sarcasm in the air?
I actually thought she was being genuine, but we can, it's sarcasm.
I've been trained from years of sarcasm to spot it.
Okay,
and smell it from distance.
Okay. So I think what Georgie's really saying is that Tom and Brett is the new superpower. We're like the Ant and Dec of the wargaming world. Could you imagine? You're finishing my sentences, I'm finishing yours. It's like a bromance.
We're literally millionaires.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay, that's news to
me. That's what I would
Yeah,
like.
yes. Can you help us become millionaires? Oh, we've got another super chat through. Who's this one from? DN Stuff. Thank you so much. Let's have a look at what you've got to say, my friend.
I used to think that revenge was a dish best served cold. I now know that it means getting back at somebody.
Is that a dad joke? Have I missed the punchline?
I think this is a dad joke.
Okay,
However, I might be too young.
I'm about to say I might have missed the punchline. However, the only thing that really matters is that DN stuff is now in the draw again to win that Black Templars box set. So thank you so much for that, mate. Appreciate it a lot.
Thank you very much. Wonderful stuff.
Yeah, thank you so much for everyone as well tuning in. Georgie says she loves us. Great.
Thank you, Georgie. We love you too.
The anti-deck of 40k. See, Adam Lane's right. He's got a ring to it.
Who do you want to be?
Who would I want to be? Who's got the big forehead, and then they could be Anne? Who would you suggest?
I think I've probably got.
Who has the bigger forehead?
Well, I'm pretty bald, so it might be a bit, misconstrued.
Okay, right.
But I think I probably do. I've got like a 12 head.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll call you Anne. I'll be Deck.
You're taller than me as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, that means I have to be Anne because Anne's the taller one, isn't he?
That's fine.
All right. So I'll be Anne.
The short one.
You'll be Deck, the short one.
Sweet.
Right. I think Deck's the funnier as well, and you are actually funnier. So.
Very good. We've got another super chat.
Oh, Organ UK. Morning to you too.
Good morning.
Thank you so much. Really nice to see your stuff in the Discord as well last night. I think you're at an event as well. If you want to join our Discord, !Discord in chat. You can join, share what you're working on, share your lists, and let us know. We'd love to have you in there. That's not all. You're also in the draw for that Black Templars box set. So thank you so much for that.
So whilst we're going through the movement phase, I mean, we are chatting to you guys in the chat. So keep some questions firing. We'd like to have a little conversation with you today, just while we ease into this Sunday morning stream.
Absolutely.
But yeah, as you can see, it's just the movement phase still cracking on for the Space Wolves, trying to get some good positioning.
So we've had quite a disturbing message in the chat. Somebody saying the lack of tea. Okay. Now, this came from Robert Cullen, yeah? The lack of tea is disturbing. There is nowhere to grab a brew around here, is there?
There are literally like no coffee shops in the local vicinity, and it is tragic.
GOONHAMMER have put on a mint event, yeah? Day 2, everything is going incredibly well, yeah? However, the lack of tea and coffee facilities right now is...
We've had another super chat. That's another entry. People only call me ugly until they find out how much money I make. Then they call me ugly and poor.
Hey, we got that one.
Yes,
the end stuff. Thank you so much.
That's the life of a hobbyist, I'm afraid. Cool.
So, again, currently in Space Wolves turn 1, Greg went first with his Death Guard. It looks like a bit of a cagey movement. So what we've seen is Redemptors. This Redemptor is hiding behind here. This Redemptor's still hiding. It looks like he's sent... Is there Intercessors or Assault Intercessors?
They are going to be the Wolf Guard, I believe.
Are they the Wolf Guard?
No, they might be Intercessors because of the way the deployment was. He had like the corner, basically, to work with.
Yeah, so they look like...
They are definitely Intercessors.
Intercessors, yeah. So would you suggest this is maybe a bit of a cagey movement again?
Well...
Both players just trying to maybe get a few angles on each other?
Well, you kind of have to at this early stage.
Yeah.
So mathematically, those Redemptors aren't going to kill the Plague Burst in one go. And still trying to get the Poxwalkers. He won't have the distance to do some charging. So he's just going to do this setup turn for himself. Weather the storm from the Plague Bursts. And see how he gets on.
Yeah.
I think it's the only thing he can do. He's got the Cyborg getting himself over the moment. For this turn, which will probably die, but then he's got a second one just to run out and do it again. Yeah. And he's got a Land Speeder Storm to run out and do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Yeah, which they are effectively sacrificial, aren't they? But that's what they're there for. They're in the list for that reason, just to score off of the moment. It's a consistent way of getting in the middle of the board every single time.
They're dirt cheap. They can move kind of wherever they like. And if they die, no one cares.
Yeah.
But what that kind of leads into is Greg's secondary.
Okay.
If we can flip back to that.
We certainly can.
Oh, wait, hang on. To the last... Oh, they got changed, remember? I thought it was going to be grinding them down.
Oh, yes, they changed. No, don't be silly. No, yeah, it's just one of those things that they changed. We didn't have an update on that, did we? So, yeah.
Dats and Dares asked, are we covering another game as well this morning? We are not. We're just doing the one.
Yes.
So we did the 2 yesterday, so we can give you a couple of really themed, thematic games, really cool armies. Today, this is where the winners are going to start playing each other. We get some more competitive-based games on, and we can focus more on those.
We're getting to crunch time, aren't we?
Exactly.
So we're going to be trying to take every game that are on undefeated runs. So this is both of these players currently on 3-0, hoping for a 4-0 at the end of this game. We have about 5 or 6 tables that are currently on that as well, so we'll be hoping to just pull from those as we get towards the final round and stuff like that. We had a gift sub as well from Moon Tyrannid.
Hey.
Thank you so much, Moon Tyrannid, you absolute legend. Also means you are in the draw to win that incredible Black Templars box, so we'll add you to that. Thank you so much. Be like Moon Tyrannid. Prime or sub or gift sub. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you. So we just got an update from the table. If you just want to share your thoughts about how the game could go, I'll just get an update again for you.
So I think this game is going to go one of two ways. It's going to see who blinks first and who decides to commit into each other. Now, I think Greg, as the Death Guard player, could want that to happen because he has abilities to shut down fight first. He has abilities to weaken the toughness. He has a lot more resilience as well, so he can take a few punches if he has to. So I think that this is going to be more of a difficult game for Chris initially. I think he's going to have to try and play this maybe a little cagey, maybe pick his moments to wait to see if Greg puts something out of place or misplays something. Yes, I can confirm, Warden, someone will win this game. I would very much doubt it's going to be a draw, but who knows?
Well, you say that. They could draw.
They could draw. They certainly could draw.
It's happened before.
Yeah. So I would just say, I think this is more of a Chris is going to have to play cagey, and Greg is going to have to wait to see what Chris does. I think that is what I think this game's going to play out as.
What probably happen is that they'll do a couple of turns of setup, and then Greg will probably just pull the trigger in his turn 3 and just run at him.
Yeah.
Try and cut him down, get loads of ball control, and start getting the data intercept.
Data intercept, yeah.
And just start racking up those points.
Yep.
That's what I think's going to happen. But
yeah,
Chris is a great player. He can maybe sense this coming with his keen senses.
Yeah.
Which is also a stratagem for the Space Wolves.
Incredible. What is that stratagem? Is it extra? Is it ignore all modifiers to hit keen senses? I believe
something of that degree.
Yeah, which might be useful for that drop pod. We've got to remember that Chris hasn't brought that in yet. He's got a drop pod full of long fangs. I don't see it on the board. Maybe he's holding off to create a bit of room for them to come in turn 2.
Now, in case I say something too loud, I might just cover my mouth. But his plan was to drop him with the drop pod.
Right.
And try to just nuke a couple of those Plague Burst crawlers.
Right, okay. Makes sense. Yeah, so that would be somewhere like, what? So maybe here to try and nuke them?
There's a nice little pocket back there where they could go.
Right, so what? Thinking around here maybe?
Yeah.
Nice,
yeah,
okay.
So apparently we've moved on to the Space Wolf shooting phase, and the Volkite Contemptor is now opening up.
So the Volkite Contemptor is here?
Yes.
Yeah. We have dice on the floor. That's always a good sign that there's some vigorous dice going on. Is the Volkite Contemptor got line of sight to that Plague Burst crawler? Do we know?
Do we know what the Volkite is shooting at, please? What is the Volkite shooting at, please, Neil?
We'll just find out from the table what that's shooting at. Warder saying it looks like the Space Wolf player is setting up to take three quarters of the board. Yes, potentially. Adam, no. In reserve, he's just a drop pod full of two units of long fangs. I think they are split 50-50 Melter and Grav, which is sort of what you're seeing roughly across the top tables anyway. They do the damage when they come down. They're insane. So, yeah, that's what is in reserve currently. I'll check if there's anything in reserve for the reserve for the Death Guard player, but I'm not too sure currently. Maxi Payne, hello. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday morning. Hope everyone is well.
Cool. So we just got word that the Contemptor killed all those Poxwalkers just over
sort of here?
Yeah, roughly. Just absolutely just rinsed through them.
Right, okay. Do we think that was because all he had line of sight for, or did he think that he wanted to shift some of the stuff that could score for him? Things like...
Yeah, if you get rid of some obsec troops, that's another way of denying... some data intercept points as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'd really love to know what Greg said the last is. I'm going to assume it's these.
Apparently it's 2 Plague Burst crawlers in the back right.
Oh, okay, right.
And a Prince.
Ah, okay, so what? The Prince comes in at what? Obviously higher than the Plague Burst crawlers for the to the last. If you don't know what to the last is, it's a secondary, which basically means your 3 most expensive units. If they survive at the end of the game, you get 5 points for each, so 15 points in total for that. It's really strong in a list like this for Death Guard. The Plague Burst crawlers are going to be out of the way. They don't need line of sight. They're pretty safe. They're tough as hell as well.
Exactly.
The Demon Prince as well has character. You have to get close to that Demon Prince to really be able to challenge it. So I would suggest, unless something goes wrong, that's a really strong secondary for Greg.
That Prince is very choppy though.
It is.
All hits and wounds with a flat 3 damage sword.
Yeah.
Whoever tries to come after it might be in trouble.
And it's also a balance for Greg to work out how aggressive he is with the Demon Prince to help support things like the Blight Lords.
Exactly.
The Death Shroud, sorry. But he also has to think, I could lose 5 onto the last here if he manages to wreck that.
So some people like to play really cagey when they pick 2 of the last. I did it with the Silent King once in my list.
Yeah.
And I hid him behind a building for 5 turns. Mistakes were made.
Yeah.
Don't do that in the future, guys.
one of those. It can make you change your game plan a little, can't it? To the last. So it's very much you have to know what you're doing with your
opponent
list.
Can capitalize on that and make you play their game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Or your game rather. Apparently some shots came down onto the spawn.
Cool.
And there's a CP for +1 to wound coming in from which unit? Sorry. The infiltrators are charging the poxwalkers in the top middle here.
Okay.
They've given themselves +1 to wound, so now they're wounding those guys on 3s. Toughness 4, I believe, for a poxwalker. That is our fourth war of the tournament.
I'm enjoying every single war.
Don't know if you guys heard that.
If you did, there's an incredible
10 out of 10.
The guy we had on stream game 1 with this squig off, every time he declares a war, it's normally in turn 2, he does an actual war in a sports hall full of 100 people, and that deserves mad respect.
And more mad respect, because if you'd seen how he looked this morning walking into the hall,
oh my god,
we thought he died.
I think Liam from GOONHAMMER actually took a photo of him. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I think he just took photos. So this man made it in alive in one piece, holding his squig off, with his hood up, and he's still done a while. That man has had a few coffees. Seriously.
Salutes in the chat. Happy salutes in the chat, please.
I'm hoping that maybe by game 5 or 6, a few people might join in as fellow. I don't know how many. There are a few Squig Buggy players here. Maybe they'll join in. Maybe they'll help out. Who knows? So it looks like we've got some models being removed there.
Yeah, we've just had 6 pop cores and we've been removed from the infiltrators. Not the most stabby of units without the chainsaws, but that's still a good, respectable amount.
And so those infiltrators here, as you can see, just removing those. Is that to try and clear some space, do we think? Because Poxwalkers are really good screens. Do we think that's what it might be?
I mean, Chris is playing this really well. He's killing off all those troop units.
Right, yeah.
And now he's gone and tagged the Plagueburst Crawler.
He's tagged the Plagueburst Crawler.
Yes, so that's 1 less entropy cannon round of shots.
Yes.
The blast can't target anything because it's blast, so you can't shoot it in combat.
Also has a minimum range, I believe, still, doesn't it? So,
so
he literally just like, you're going to have to lob it over me, boys. Oh, you can't anyway.
So he's shut down the Plagueburst Crawler for at least a turn.
Yeah.
What it'll do, though, is just fall back. Its full range of, I think, it's about 10 inches.
Yep.
And then the other 2 Plaguebursts will just unload.
Yeah, so that's here. These guys have just tagged here. We would imagine this Plagueburst Crawler will go over here, and maybe these Contemptors will get line of sight and maybe try and just pick those off with some chaff. Maybe he'll send something over there to just try and slice and dice them in combat.
Cool.
What I like about what Chris has done here as well is he's sort of stacked to Redempt here. So if something does come here to try and deal with those infiltrators next turn,
he'll have a counter punch coming in.
Yeah, it's all going to be about, this game's going to be a lot about trades and just working out what I can afford to give to the opposite player in return for getting something better back.
So apparently the Poxwalkers caused 4 wounds in return to the infiltrators, but all the saves are made.
Fair enough, yeah.
So no scratches done.
Yeah, that's one thing Poxwalkers do like. They do like the AP to get through things like a 3-up armor
exactly,
save.
Yeah.
Oh, Hellstormwargaming saying, thanks to Super Moon Tyrion for becoming a member. Did I miss that? Let's have a look. Let's have a look while Brett gets a little update from the table.
What's going on? What are we saying?
Thank you so much for everyone that's in the chat as well right now. You're all absolute legends for just joining us, helping us out. If we do get any rules stuff wrong, please feel free to shout up. Let us know if there's any technical difficulties as well. We need you, your eyes, ears, and everything. Check viewer activity, Tom. All right.
The mighty overlord Mikey is directing us.
Absolutely, he's
We're trying our best. We're trying to commentate a game and read chat all at the same time. And we just got word that the Tallyman from Greg's army just rolled quite nicely and got himself an extra command point.
Oh, nice.
So Greg is
okay.
now back up to 8 CP, I believe.
There we go. I've seen that. Thank you so much, Super Moon Tyrannid, for that. Thank you so much for that, mate. You have also been added to our draw for that Black Templars box set.
It's great.
It is. So thank you so much.
Highly recommended.
Be like Super Moon Tyrannid. That's all I'm going to say.
Get your subs in.
Yeah.
Get your gifted. Get your super chats in.
Absolutely.
Get them all in. Just the one game today, lads? No, we're doing 3 games today. We've got 9 hours of lovely 40k content ready for you today. We're streaming it lovely here from the GOONHAMMER Open.
Yep.
And hopefully you can join us for the duration. Understandable if you don't, but we'd like to keep you around.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So Super Moon Lord, thank you so much again for that. On YouTube, becoming a member, 12 months. You put, hope this counts. Can confirm, it does count.
It does count.
For being an absolute legend, so thank you so much for that. So we're still in turn 1. Turn 1 of Space Wolves versus Death Guard. We hope you're enjoying the game so far. We'd love to know what way, again, you think this is going to go. Gumbelina, how is everyone today? I can confirm me and Brett are great. We slept together last night. Didn't we, Brett?
Can you word that in a way that doesn't cause questions?
We slept together last night.
We slept next to each other in a bed.
We did. It was a great experience for all. However, we went to bed. We went out for tea last night. We went to bed super early. Like, there was like a bit of a discussion of, are we going to stay up and have a quick drink? I think all of us just looked at each other and went, nah, we're going to bed. We're very tired. Then we got up this morning at 6, and we're back here again for another maybe 9 or 10 hours or so of Warhammer just for you guys.
Cool, so we've now just gone on to the turn 2 for the Death Guard.
Yep.
We've got 15 primary points being scored, so he's got a nice bit of ball control already.
Yep.
And there's 2 for engaging all fronts from his previous turn, it looks like.
Nice.
So this is going to be maybe not the most important turn in the world. I'm probably looking at turn 3 to be the big swing.
Yes, yeah.
We're just going to get some more movement shenanigans going on, cap some objectives, hopefully knock a few more Marines off the table with some outer line of sight plague-burst crawlers.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
1 less now.
Yes, okay.
And we'll have to stop it there because we just had another super chat come in from Adam Lane.
Adam Lane, thank you so much. How much is Mikey paying you to run the show? Love your work, guys.
Absolutely nothing.
I'm glad you said it in the most PC way possible. We're doing it out of something called the love of, or the goodness of our own heart, aren't we, mate?
Absolutely. I've been roped in to do this commentary this weekend.
Yeah.
As a lovely, cool thing to do. I want to do it for a while, and it's been great so far.
Yeah. Some people might know you as Archon Castles as well.
Yes.
In our chat, you are a regular. You've popped in our chat many times, haven't you, mate? And you also have an Instagram page. Plug your Instagram, Archon Castles.
Yeah, my Instagram is Archon Castles if you want to go look at cats and Black Templars.
Yeah. One thing I do want to quickly point out as well is, Adam Lane, first thing, you are in the draw for that Black Templars box set. I'm going to stick your name down. Anton Deck don't work for free. I can confirm Anton Deck, unfortunately, do work for free in the 40k world. Apparently, there is not enough money in 40k for us to be paid. However, we enjoy doing what we're doing. So thank you so much for just being with us.
I love talking 40k.
We currently have like over 180 people just chilling with us. That is just cool. On a Sunday morning, I like to think that there's just 180 people sat listening to us, mate. It's fantastic. The power. You're just going to be hearing us chat crap.
I almost feel sorry for him.
Okay, right, fair enough, yeah. Also, just pointing out that the Death Guard, Greg, 15 points on the VPs heading into turn 2. So he got max. He must have held more than Chris.
Which in this mission, it's only 4 objectives, isn't it?
4 objectives?
No, it's 6 objectives. They're hidden under buildings because they're the same colour as the objective markers.
I was literally just like, yeah, it looks like 4. No, there's 6. Of course there's 6. Yeah. So look, we have, this hidden one here, Vital Intelligence, isn't it? So yeah. So therefore he must have held more. So I'm assuming it was a 3-2 maybe?
It looks to be the case.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because those intercessors in the bottom middle here.
Yes. Okay. So which intercessors?
So we just had a request for a shout out.
Oh, we've had a request.
Have a big shout out to the Savvy Submariners.
Savvy Submariners, okay.
Which is the Chris's team.
Nice.
So shout out to you guys. Hope you're cheering your boy on.
Absolutely. Hope you sat in the chat thinking about all the things he could do better if he needs to. Or maybe he's playing an absolute blinder so far. We don't know. Turn 2, still early days. But your boy's doing you proud either way.
Yeah, he's doing well. D-Stonks asked, do either of you boys play tournaments? I do when I can.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I like to just go in, throw down some dice, I like to play some games.
Yeah. I'd argue we're more of the casual. We're the sort of people that maybe would maybe have gone 2-1 so far, or 1-2. You know what I mean? We're not really the
0-3 in this edition for me.
But fair enough. Yeah,
I have fun all the same doing it.
You run Necrons a bit. You run Thousand Suns at the last into the Hellstorm tournament,
yes.
Which, if people don't know, that is our Hellstorm Wargaming events that we run at Sanctuary Gaming in Mansfield.
Yes.
And basically they're sort of like 48-man events over a weekend, very similar to this, just this is on a bigger scale and stuff. And yeah, the last one you run, you won Thousands, and I have to say you have won twice in a row the favourite player vote.
Yes,
right?
I have.
So you must be good fun to play against, mate.
Apparently so. 10 out of 12 votes. I'll take it.
We also have an Into the Hellstorm 6 coming up at the end of November. If you would like to get to maybe your first tournament, or if you'd like to see what we're about at tournaments, get to hellstormwargaming.co.uk/shop. Right now there are some tickets left, but just a few. So we'd love to see you there for an entire weekend of 40k. Very similar to this, but with the life and soul of the party. Tom, Mikey, Neil, maybe Brett if you're around, Brett. So it'd be fantastic.
Wittank asked, when's the next tournament?
What was that, sorry?
Wittank in chat asked, when's the next tourney?
Oh, for in general in 40k or with us?
Probably the next Hellstorm one.
Yeah, probably, which is the end of November, isn't it?
End of November we're looking.
Yeah, I don't think there's too many. Obviously, heading towards Christmas and stuff like that. Normally, there's a bit of a break over Christmas in January, isn't there? So maybe our one at the end of November might be the last one. But if any of you guys in the chat are going to any tournaments, feel free to let us know. Let us know what armies you're working on. We'd love to give you guys a bit of a shout out and stuff as well.
Cool. We just had another super chat come in.
Have we? Who's this one from?
Well, it says it right there, mate.
No, it was my moment where I was like, hey, Brett, who's this one from?
Oh, sorry. We got from Billy Sutter from YouTube. Thank you very much. Forgot to put a section in the super. Appreciate it all the same. And you've been entered into the giveaway at the end of the day for that gorgeous Black Templars army set. I'm
going to imagine what Billy wanted to say to us. All right, I think what Billy was going to say to us.
Wow, your heads are very small today, guys.
Oh, okay.
You're very pretty as well.
Yes. Or I think he was going to say, this is the greatest stream ever. You don't need Mikey back. Something like that.
Yeah,
I think
who needs him?
Absolutely. Or maybe he just wanted to say, I want that Black Templars box set. Well, he's in the draw, so that's all that matters.
Either way, welcome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Broadsword Wargaming, big shout out to those guys there. St. Gibraltar, here we come. Of course. SN are doing the No Retreat Legends in Gibraltar in a couple of weeks' time. List submission was actually today. I'm quite lucky enough to go, and I'm taking.
Did you submit your list?
I did. I'm taking some Blood Angels.
What?
I know.
Aren't you Mr. Admech, man?
I'm good at. Well, I have Admech. However, I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to be that guy. What is effectively a charity event? If you're not aware of what No Retreat Legends is, it is basically loads of content creators from the YouTube world getting together. People like Chapter Master Valrak, Tabletop Tactics, the guys at Play On.
Yep.
Loads of people coming together for an awesome weekend. All streamed, so make sure you head over to the guys at SN Battle Reports, like their YouTube channel, subscribe, and you'll be notified when we're doing some live streams for that as well. It's in a couple of weeks. So, yeah, really good to see you there as well, Broadsword Wargaming.
Nice one. Nice one. So we've just got some movement coming in from Greg. Just moving up some Death Shroud. And it looks like he's just dropped in on the objective.
Right, okay. So that is... So
just
where
these guys there,
These guys here.
Yeah,
so there's now a head in the way. But so the Death Shroud have dropped in, what, from Deep Strike?
Looks to be the case, yeah.
Yeah,
that is right, yes.
And they're just, hugging that objective at the other side of the wall. So protecting them from a lot of line-of-sight shooting and just sitting there. They're tough. You don't want to come near them because they can heroically intervene, as you mentioned.
They certainly can, and I'm sure Chris probably knows this.
Yeah. I think, looking at this as well, obviously these boys, these are just intercessors. They would get minced by them. So maybe there's a charge there as well. Maybe they're 9 inches away. Charging, no Overwatch, maybe.
I think Greg may have spotted the Redemptor Dreadnought that can
is he
move
just doing
and
a
get
bit of
into line of
shuffling?
sight in the next turn.
Yeah.
I think he's just in the top there, mate.
So this Redemptor
that
Dread,
can probably do some movement.
Just thinking, and, I need to try and avoid these getting shot, basically. Yeah.
I think either way you look at it, he's going to have to get in line of sight of something, and I'd rather be in sight of a Redemptor rather than that nasty Volkite Contemptor.
Yes.
That's going to put the mortal wounds, which really does hurt Death Guard. Because they've got no disgusting resilient anymore. Well, not in the way you know it.
Yeah.
-1 damage rather than just a flat 5-up feel no pain.
You can't -1 damage on a mortal wound.
You certainly can't.
So yeah, absolutely. You're thinking, I would rather be hit by the plasma than those Volkites.
Exactly. It's a random amount of shots. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So chat, how are we feeling today? Everyone having a good time so far? I know it's early Sunday. But get yourself a coffee, get yourself a cup of tea, have a sit down, have a nice full English if you really want to. And let us know how you're doing. So just got some shuffling around from Greg. Just trying to keep all these guys alive back there. This is where I was talking about, getting himself set up for these later turns to just go in and try and do the business and let Chris push towards him. How you feeling, Tom? You all right, mate?
I'm all good, yeah. I think it's been like a bit of a slow start here. Obviously, there's not been a lot of models picked up, has there? There's not been a lot of killing. Obviously, I think what was really surprising is I think that Plague Burst Crawler getting touched at the top of your screen by those infiltrators, that was a good move. You know what I mean? I think that obviously it shuts it down for at least a turn, and that's one thing he's worried about. There's there's some Wolfguard here. There might be some Wolfguard with the Storm Shields and Lightning Claws. They need to avoid being shot. Yeah, these things could mince those Wolfguard. So I think he's just trying to do all he can. Obviously, he has a drop pod in reserve as well.
Yes,
Long fangs.
with loads of long
He wants a gap. He needs a gap to try and get rid of those. I don't think he's too worried about maybe the Black Lot. He's got speed. Those Wolfguard are fast. So if he can just maybe shut down the shooting and out of light of sight shooting, that might be something he can do.
So through no influence of a certain person in the chat, we're going to have a look at some side views. We're going to get some nice side angle shots that we've totally thought about doing ourselves.
Absolutely.
Look at that.
Oh,
Beautiful.
There we go.
Are these two 3-0? They are both 3-0.
Yes.
So today, hopefully, we're going to get all the undefeated guys playing each other, so we can see some top-level gameplay. And we'll try and interpret that as best as us two casual players can do.
Absolutely, yeah. It's one of those as well that, obviously, both of these guys as well, really great guys. Yeah, they're at the top by just being absolute legends and playing a great game, and we're going to get exactly that from these guys again. So we had Chris on in round 3. He beat Lyle with the AdMech, and he's back on again today.
So the Playburst Crawler has elected to stay in combat, but the Poxfalls have fallen back, and now we're on to the Death Guard shooting phase. So now...
Interesting. So does he think he can entropy cannon and slugger those infiltrators out of there himself with that? Because obviously you can shoot in combat with that Playburst Crawler, you just can't shoot the mortar.
We just got some word that the Volkite Contemptor from Greg's side is shooting Chris's Volkite Contemptor.
Oh, all right. We've got a Volkite Contemptor off, have we?
From what Neil describes as hot Volkite Contemptor action.
That sounds like something we could stream, like a hot tub thing. Hot Volkite Contemptor action.
Yeah. Speaking of Neil, can we get a shout out for Neil behind the scenes?
Yes, we can. Brett, give him all the love and all the shout out you can.
Very good. So Neil is our guy working the table, giving us information about what's going on, giving us some sexy camera shots. He's the guy doing the hard work.
He is, yeah. We're literally told, we're just given a microphone and told, talk. Neil, on the other hand, is actually having to pay attention to what's going on for both players, preempt what they might be doing.
Yes.
Work out what units do and help us out on that sort of stuff. So it's just, Neil, as always, thank you so much for being an absolute legend.
And the Contemptor, we've just been informed, is now down to 7 wounds remaining.
Wow, so that is this
looks like
Contemptor
just
here.
From one.
There we go.
From one Contemptor boy. So that's nearly half gone already.
That's it. So obviously you'll see that Greg's Contemptors are here, yeah, and Greg's Contemptors are currently shooting at this Contemptor.
And the missiles have just brought it down to 5 wounds.
5 wounds, right? So we could see
So
Chris's
if that happens again, we might see a dead Contemptor.
Yeah, and obviously we know again with the mortals on that Contemptor. Really
and we just
good.
had another D6 wounds put onto him.
Wow.
He's down to 2 remaining. This
Incredible.
This is an important part. If we get rid of that Contemptor, there's a lot less mortal wounds coming out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Very good.
So we're just... will that Contemptor cling on? I mean, we're about to find out. I would love to know
how... We've got a
how
whole other Volkite coming in.
What,
maybe he's going to try and finish it off with like a Playburst Crawler or something, and then use the other Volkite for some other shooting in other places. Not that he has much choices. Oh, we've just got some really cool action going on. The Playburst Crawler in combat has just killed 2 Space Marines with its entry cannons whilst in combat.
No way.
It's on a 360 no scope.
He's literally just
on his tracks.
He's just swiveled and gone, I'm going to just zap you in the face with this. Incredible, sir.
Well done,
Does that mean, is he still in combat then with these 2?
He's still in combat. He's
still
in combat, but he's just absolutely nuked him in the face.
Yeah.
Wow, good rolling.
Yeah.
Because they're hitting on 4s there.
Yeah, absolutely, because you got -1 to hit when you're shooting in combat as a vehicle. It's one of those as well, just imagine if he could have cleared those as well. He could have technically gambled and opted to shoot the Plagueburst Mortar. If he'd have cleared himself out of combat, he could have done that. How cool would that have been?
We can't shoot the mortar if you fall back.
No, so he stayed in combat, but if he'd have cleared them with his entry cannon and slug, he could have declared the mortar
you declare
elsewhere.
it before you start shooting.
You do.
I imagine he's probably done that.
Yeah, absolutely. And gone, if just in case I happen to kill these, I'll shoot something else.
Yeah.
So.
Hey lads, good work on the stream. Thank you, Dark Techno Dom.
Thank you so much.
I'm aware of Mr. Dark Techno Dom.
Who
Currently
is he?
3rd in the UK.
All right.
For 40k, and he's a massive Drukhari guy.
Nice. Okay.
And I believe he knows my good man Paulie, who's also a big Drukhari guy. So shout out to the guys over at Real Space Raiders.
Nice. Real Space Raiders, thank you so much for joining us as well. We had some Drukhari on yesterday. There is quite a few Drukhari lists currently undefeated, so I would imagine we might get some maybe Game 5, Game 6 as well. We will see.
Possibly. What armies, factions do you guys and girls run with? I don't know if that's to everyone, but we'll answer if you like.
Yeah.
What do you like to run, Tom?
I I predominantly run AdMech, so for the channel and stuff like that. They're sort of my one true love. I would like to flag I started them in 8th, okay? So I'm not that guy. I promise, guys, please love me still. I'm not that cheesy AdMech guy. However,
nice about it.
I also have some Blood Angels. I really enjoy running Mikey's Death Guard. We have a channel Death Guard army, and I just love how tough they are. They're quite forgiving in the sense that, like, if you take loads of Blight Lord Terminators, some Death Shroud, Pox Walkers, they're quite forgiving in the sense that if you stand on an objective, normally you can survive. So I do really love playing those. So I would say AdMech, Death Guard, and Blood Angels for me. Where are you at, Brett? What's your favourites?
Before I go into that, we're just going to give you a quick update from the board. Chris's Volkite is now dead.
Oh, there happens to be a Volkite Redemptor Dread shaped hole here.
And the other Volkite has just completely waxed those intercessors in the bottom middle, just from next to where the other Volkite
Oh, yes,
was.
there was a squad of about 5 here, wasn't there?
And Greg didn't even roll any 64 mortal wounds.
That was just normal wounds coming through, yeah?
Yep, and they're flat 2 damage. So every failed save you get on those, that's a Space Marine dead.
Yeah, dead intercessor, straight out, yeah.
So pretty unlucky save rolls, because they haven't got any AP.
No.
So pretty unlucky save rolls for Chris there.
Do we think those intercessors were potentially trying to play for that objective before the...
It looks to be the case, but now these Death Shroud have now got good control over that side, along with the what looks to be a Prince in the bottom right there.
Maybe here.
Neil, can we have a quick check on what that unit is, please?
So yeah, just while we're having a quick check on what is currently hiding down there, just a quick shout out again to our 3 sponsors for this weekend. We're doing this out of the goodness of our heart, and we couldn't have done it without help from our sponsors and you guys in the chat right now. So if you do me a favour, somebody bang !sponsor in the chat. You'll see our 3 incredible sponsors. We've got Hobby Workshop, we've got Elego, and 3D board game accessories. Every single one of those helping us out, making this a reality, and we thank you so much for it. Each of them doing completely different stuff, all related to 40k and Warhammer. So give them a check out. Thank you so much.
So we've just got some shooting going onto the Land Speeder Storm in the bottom middle here. Can we just double check what unit is shooting Speeder Storm, please? Neil? Neil? Hello? Hello?
So just while we're checking to see if Neil can actually still hear
unit is
Brett.
shooting the Land Speeder, please? Oh, he can't hear me. Amazing.
Thank you so much to Stephanie Strawberry for just banging that
The Plague Burst
sponsor.
The bottom one in the top right.
So this Plague Burst
and
crawler
it spent
here
the CP to give it damage 3.
into the Land Speeder Storm.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, we're just getting some shots coming into Land Speeder Storm from the Plague Burst crawler in the back there. Spent the CP to give it the 3 damage.
Wow, okay.
Which is big.
I'm assuming, do you think he's trying to shut down his ability to get Oath of Moment in the middle? Because I think he assumes that this Land Speeder is just going to do that next,
Greg's
isn't it?
figured out that Land Speeders and the Cyber Wolves are going to give him the points for the secondaries. If he shuts those down, it's going to be a big swing in secondary points for sure.
So if you don't know, guys, that's for Oath of Moment that Chris needs the middle. So if he can move units into the middle once every one a turn and just let them die out, it will just give him those secondary points, as long as he doesn't fail morale and fall back and things like that.
Yeah, it's dead easy to get Oath of Moment. I'd say too easy.
Yeah,
I would have some little throwaway units, you know.
Yeah, I would say as well. Chris is built for Oath of Moment, and he feel like he's the sort of secondary he's going to be taking most of the time, isn't he? So
yeah, sure. Should we switch back to Greg's secondaries?
Switch back to Greg's secondaries. We certainly can.
Lovely stuff. So he's got data inset for 4, so he held 4 objectives after completing the action in his turn. So, 4 turns of that, and you max it.
Yep.
You just got to hold on, basically. And Death Guard do that brilliantly.
Yeah. Greg has built his list to basically win on primary and secondary, which is what you need. He's going to hold, he's going to be tough. I know, can you believe it?
Imagine doing that.
It also happens that Greg knows how to make his army very killy as well at the same time. So
it's the Death Shroud. They do everything.
And just
Plague Burst, they do everything.
Death Guard has some really good characters, again, to be able to turn off fight first and things like that. They can make things go down the pecking order. So he doesn't really have to worry about, if he's positioned well, he doesn't have to worry about things hitting him hard because he can hit them first and hopefully weaken some of their strongest stuff. If you can chop a unit of these Wolf Guard in half, all of a sudden those Lightning Claws with Storm Shields don't seem as bad. There's not as many dice coming into you.
Absolutely. So Darknet Tom asked, who's the money on to win this game? Our opinions?
I'm going to say Greg.
I think I'm inclined to agree with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
He has the staying power. He's got the killing power. I think he might have picked the better secondaries.
Yep.
Not that Chris has picked bad ones. I just think he was kind of shoehorned into picking certain ones that his army just does.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. I also think Greg with the 3 Volkite Contemptor Dreads here with the just the Volkite itself. He's eliminated this Volkite, which was down here.
And that unit troops next to them as well.
Yeah, here. I'm not sure that Chris has the tools to deal with them.
I don't think he does. Oh, the Land Speeder Storm apparently got put down to 1 wound.
Nice, cool. So it clung on. And that was from a 3 damage Plague Burst Mortar coming in, because he used a stratagem to make that 3 damage instead.
Oh, we've just got an update that the Redemptor Dreadnought has heroically intervened into the Poxwalkers, and I think that is a stratagem.
So that's
that
here.
this Space Wolf list can do.
Is it give it a 6-inch or a 3-inch, or is it just anything gets a 3-inch? Right, okay. So I know Space Wolves are very good at heroically intervening, aren't they? So I wondered if that was the case. And I think he's picking Poxwalkers up by the looks of it.
It's got some nice, funny comments from the players. Greg says, "I didn't know the Dreadnought can do that," and Greg replied, "Neither did I."
Wow, interesting.
Very good. We're learning new stuff every day, even on the top tables, guys.
I'm about to say, these guys are going 3-0 and still not really fully understanding, but just cracking on and having a great time. Dark Techno Dom saying Death Shroud is super tough. I charged 2 Talos into them at the London Open and bounced. Ouch.
Shadow Sun says they can usually do a 3 intervention, strat for a 6-inch one.
That's it, right.
So either one of those has probably happened, and it's that's very strong. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dime, how do I see the army list? You go on the Best Coast Pairings app. You may have to subscribe to actually see the list, because some they are locked if you aren't subscribed. But yeah, Best Coast Pairings, that's where you can find the list and the pairings.
Yep.
So go check that out.
Shout out to Dice Warrior 1. Love to see some Warhammer live match streamers. Well, guess what? We've got another 2 games after this. We're doing it all day.
Stick around. We'll be here.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for everyone who's tuning in. Feel free to let us know where you're watching and stuff like that as well. I'll give you a bit of a shout out. Adam Lane saying it'll be the strat as successors can't intervene.
Yeah, makes sense.
There we go.
Yeah,
makes complete sense.
So this Space Wolf, this are successors. I believe they've got the Whirlwind of Rage trait.
Which I believe is proccing hits on 6s, isn't it? I believe so. Yes.
And
Chat might correct us if I'm wrong.
Ones, when they're in Assault Doctrine, they get exploding 6s. Every time they roll a 6 to hit, they get an extra hit, essentially.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Is there anything in strategic, sir, for either side? So I can confirm that Chris, who is our Space Force player, he still has a drop pod in reserve.
Full of lots of melters and grav long fangs.
Absolutely.
Which will pop down, pop keen senses, and hopefully kill some plague bursts.
Yeah. Keen Senses allows you to ignore all modifiers, and then I'm assuming you can give probably a 2-up, maybe with another ability somewhere. I'm assuming he'll get he's definitely getting 2s or 3s to hit, isn't he?
There's a Signum in there, I believe,
exactly,
so you can give something a 2-up.
Yeah. Jump back down to the top down. We'll just see what we can see the players are currently doing and looking at.
Apparently we've got a nice action shot from the left-hand side camera.
Oh, left-hand side camera. There we go. That one?
Is that?
The one with the Redemptor Dread surrounded by Poxwalkers. Are those Poxwalkers hemming that Redemptor Dread in?
It looks like they are trapping that Redemptor in.
Poxwalkers being the series meta right now. Okay.
I think they're brilliant.
They are.
Because you pick Spread the Sickness secondary.
Yeah.
You take some mortal wounds, and they've still got the Disgusting Resilient 5-up, Feel No Pain, basically.
Yeah.
So, well, you lose a Poxwalker. I got 3 points.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sweet.
I mean, it's guaranteed as well, because do you really care if you're going to lose 1 or 2 Poxwalkers?
This is what I'm saying, yeah.
Does it matter? Poco saying, keep up the good work, team. Love from Australia, I believe. Thank you so much. Oh, we've just had a cheer as well.
Dark Techno Dom. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Getting the coffees in, if we could get any.
We'll find some after this game, I believe.
Oh, Lord.
220 bits for that. Thank you so much, mate. We will stick you, Dark Techno Dom, in the draw for a brand new Black Templars box, okay? If you don't know how and you want to enter, all you need to do to be within a chance of winning this incredibly nice Black Templars box set, you need to become either a member on YouTube, super chat on YouTube, become a Prime sub on Twitch, give some subs on either YouTube or Twitch, or become a sub on Twitch, and you'll be entered in the draw.
Yes.
Did I miss anything? I think I covered everything.
I think that's right. I'm sure Mikey will tell us off otherwise.
Absolutely. So basically, guys, if you want to be within a chance, please donate, super chat. We're doing this out of the goodness of our hearts this weekend. Any support would be greatly appreciated. But if you're just in the chat enjoying it, that's enough as well. We'll jump back to the table, see what's currently happening.
So Grimsight asks, hey guys, who's winning? Currently Greg, but it's still very early days.
Yes.
We're only on like turn 2.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, I mean, Greg looks like in a really strong commanding position at the moment with how his units have placed. He's still got both Volkite Contemptors. He's still got all the Plague Burst Crawlers. And even at this early stage, Chris is losing some key things that can get him points, basically.
Gumbalina, shout out to Gumbalina for becoming a member. Thank you so much. Mate, as always, a legend, keeping us on track, making sure we know our stuff, and as always, your support is just incredible. I will bang you in that draw for the Black Templars box set. Thank you so much, Gumbalina.
Excellent stuff. Rotten Beard, thanks for the stream. Watching from the UAE. Nice to have you aboard. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice to have some international viewers going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Zaradin, we just seen that. What we want to flag straight up is that these players are great players, and everything that is discussed on the table between these players is completely fine. We can see different perspectives on camera. Things don't look right. These players are playing the game between them two, and as long as both players are happy, yeah, it doesn't matter what we think as viewers. We just want to flag that these players are playing the game in the best spirit.
And if they agree to something that's happening, that's on them.
Absolutely. And also, if they agree, both players are happy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We can see there's a great game going happy. There's a lot of conversation happening. That is all that matters, that people are happy with the rules that are being played, and if it doesn't look right on camera, it might just be perspective and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Any draws yet from Dark Techno, Dom?
Not to my knowledge.
No, I've not seen any draws.
I haven't seen any.
Either.
Then again, I really haven't been looking at the results.
No.
I'm just seeing what's happening in front of me.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But not that I'm aware of.
Yeah. And obviously, as we get in towards the final games, we're going to be very much focused on the top table. So we might not see what's happening further down the field, guys. But obviously, if there's any games you do want us to keep a track of, we'll try our hardest to just see what's currently happening. If some games finish, we'll try and see some scores on BCP as well.
Yeah, we'll update you. So what do you reckon, Tom? How are you fancying Chris's chances at this stage?
I'll be honest, I'm not too sure. Let's just have a quick flick over to Chris's side, see where his secondaries are. Engage.
I've heard he scored 0 for his primary because he only held the 1, and this is a hold 2, hold 3 mission.
Right, okay.
So automatically, that's 15 points denied off his primary.
Yes.
He sells like turns 3, 4, and 5 to maybe pull this back.
Yeah.
For the 45, but it's not. It's not in the best scenarios.
Do you know what I think this is going to come down to, Brett? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's going to come down to that drop pod with long fangs and how much absolutely devastating fire that's going to do. Yeah?
Absolutely.
We saw it when he brought it in against Lyle in the AdMech in Game 3. He brought a drop pod in. He wrecked at least one flyer. Iron Striders with las cannons. He wrecked a lot of stuff with that drop pod, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I just wonder what he's going to do here against the Death Guard.
He'll probably try and get those Plague Burst crawlers, honestly.
Yeah.
Whether
absolutely.
he can see both is questionable. He can probably definitely see one. And he'll just try and deny Greg those to the last points.
Yep.
So just some updates from the chat. There's an 87-87 yesterday, so there has been a confirmed draw.
Yep.
So
that
there
sounds
we
like
go.
a high-scoring draw as well.
Pretty good.
That's like they've been going at each other as well, scoring high on the primaries and the secondaries and stuff as well. So, Schwarm, you have just gifted 5 subscriptions on Twitch. Thank you so much. Absolute legend. If you've just been gifted a sub on Twitch from Schwarm, please say a big thank you. We couldn't do it without your guys' support. That's not all, Schwarm. You are added to our draw for donating 5 gifted subs on Twitch. You are in the draw for that Black Templars box set. Thank you so much. Can we have a bit of hype in the chat for Schwarm for doing that?
Let's get some hype going on.
Thank you so
Schwarm.
much.
So you can walk off the point, still hold them in the mission, can't you? Certainly can.
Yeah.
This is a really cool mission where after you've held an objective, you can move away and you hold that objective until your opponent walks onto it, basically.
Yeah. That might make someone like Chris have to throw away a unit of maybe 5 Wolfguard, basically the Vanguard vets, to try and get onto an objective. You know what I mean? It might make him go, I'm going to have to try and take an objective, because all that means is that Greg could put some Blight Lords on it, take it, and walk away. Until Chris goes and do something about that, he's not going to be able to take the objective, is he?
So we've got word from the table that these Wolfguard veterans in the bottom here.
Got you. So there's about a squad of 5 here, I believe. Yeah.
So they've been pushing up to try and get to these Death Shroud. They've been put in the Assault Doctrine.
Right. Okay.
So they're going to be getting some extra AP down, which is really important against these Death Shroud.
Yep.
More AP you can get through when vulnerable save they have to make. Jobs are good.
Yeah. Also looks like, and again, this is camera view. It looks like they might be able to get them through the wall. I don't know. We'll have to see, but he might have to go through into the other side. Obviously, if he can get them through the wall and he somehow manages to kill them, he can stay hidden in here. Obviously, distance-wise, we're not sure here, but he might have to come round here. It does mean then he might be opened up and stuff like that to shots from Plague Burst Crawlers or these Relic Contempt to Dreads here with the Volkite, but let's see. We'll see how he gets on.
Here comes the Land Speeder Storm.
The trusty
on 1 wound.
Land Speeder Storm.
It doesn't matter if he's on 1 wound, close to death. Enjo's building out fire and smoke, he's going to score him some sexy secondary points.
Yeah,
and that's all that matters in this game now.
Yeah, I think about 60 points on Speed of Storms.
Yeah, they're dead cheap.
Absolutely, and for effectively guaranteed Oath of Moment, it's really worth that trade of just 60 points.
So what if he dies?
Yeah.
So what?
I think you liken them to a Venom, I think, as well, didn't you? There's sort of that scale of speed, toughness. I think they're maybe about toughness 5. A few wounds on them, something like that.
They're not made of anything.
No,
but
exactly.
They scored him some points. Jobs are good. I don't know how many Atari Datas he's already done. Probably 2 at this stage. We'll find out at the end.
Yeah, well, are we in turn... We're in the bottom of turn 2 now, aren't we?
Yeah, for Christmas.
So
turn.
I would assume he's done it in here, because I believe he'll have done it down here in turn 1.
Yep.
I think...
He might have done it in
He might be looking
side.
at this one maybe this time. Maybe.
Potentially.
I don't know
if there's
what's
any units
here.
in the top left building. Just up here.
Yeah, I wonder if there's anything hiding in here that you could have done it with. Maybe Neil can help us out with that one, who's doing our incredible table bossing.
Could we check if there's a unit in the top left building? So on your left, mate, in the top. That one, yeah. I cannot hear him.
Just getting an update from that on the table.
Can't hear you, Neil. That building is empty.
Right, so it'd be interesting to see what he's going to rod with then. For those that don't know, Retrieve Octari State, you need to perform an action in each 4 quadrants to get a full 12 points. If you do it in 3, it's 8. If you do it in 2, it's 4. If you do it in 1, it's still no points. So
he's had a subscription.
Who we had a subscription through?
Daisy Duke the dog. What
Daisy
an incredible name.
Is that a dog that has prime subbed? First of all, you're getting one of these, okay?
Let's go.
Do you think somebody has got their dog to sub? If they have, that's incredible. Daisy Duke the dog, that's not all. You are now entered for this incredible Black Templars box set. Be like Daisy Duke the dog. I don't know what a dog would do with a Black Templars box set. I don't know if it is an actual dog, but you're in chance of winning it anyway. So thank you so much for subscribing. Be like Daisy Duke the dog. Please subscribe. Help us out. We appreciate it so much.
Apparently he's only done Octari Tour once so far.
Once. Got him. Cool. Makes sense, yeah.
Is that right? Once?
So heading into turn 2, he might be able to do it this turn, but we will see. Gumbelina, thank you so much for those dogs in the chat. Thank you so much. Question on the commentary. Oath of Duty. Score 2 victory points at the end of the battle round if an adaptive size unit from your army is wholly within 6 inches of the center of the battlefield.
Yep, so that scores him 2.
Yeah.
There's also 2 points if you don't fall back and you don't fail in morale tests.
Exactly. There you go.
Sweet.
Lots of points. And that's things that... You don't want to be failing morale tests as Marines. He's got small units of 5. He's not going to fail morale. It'd be very unlucky to fail morale.
Well, it might be just 1 point, actually, for the other section.
Yes. So I think, is it 3 or 4 return max?
I believe it's 3.
Yeah, so I think maybe... Yes, I think that sounds
Again,
about
guys,
right, yeah.
we will get stuff like this wrong.
Yep.
Because we unfortunately don't have the books in front of us, but we're sort of going based off our...
instinct.
Well, a lot of knowledge that we have to try and filter through a very tiny gap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lads, what's your opinion on the terrain?
Yeah.
Good amount? Be interested to know. I really like this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of L shapes going around, but there are enough firing lanes to have shooting armies work. There's enough cover for the combat armies to actually move through the buildings. It might be a bit small for like the larger vehicles in the game, like our Squiggoth.
Yes.
But,
yeah.
you know, you're not bringing that really, unless you're an absolute lunatic, like our Orc player is.
A big shout out to Mr. Vexing, who has subscribed for 3 months in a row. Absolute icon, legend, all the words like that. You are now in the draw to win a Black Templars box set. It's as easy as that. Thank you so much.
Well done, mate. Thank you very much. Yeah, 2 for the centre and no fall back. 1 for killing a vehicle and 1 for no morale. That sounds right.
Yes, there we go.
That sounds correct. Thank you, guys.
Captain Chaos, thank you for banging that exclamation mark prime in the chat. Thank you so much. Daisy Duke the dog said Ace coverage both yesterday and this morning. Keep up the awesome BDE, which stands for... Do you want to say it or do you want me to say
buy
it?
detergent
every day.
Every day.
There we go. Please, can you buy detergent every day?
Keep your clothes clean, especially at events.
Yeah, especially boxer shots.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Truth.
exactly. We somehow did a big loop back to what actual BDE is. Anyway, if you don't know what it is, please don't Google it. Back to what is happening on the table. Let's see if we can get a nice action shot from the side view. And we can. There's Redemptor Dreads. There's a Plague Burst Crawler still tied up. We are in turn 2, bottom of turn 2. This is Chris. He's gone second with his Space Wolves. Currently probably trying to find a way out of that combat there, maybe, with the Poxwalkers.
He's going to have to shoot them.
Yes, with the Redemptor Dread.
And then try and punch him in the face.
Yeah. I wonder if
this,
he's also...
this character coming in from behind the Redemptor is probably going to look to start clearing these Poxwalkers off as well.
Is he looking for placement for the drop pod? I think that's what's currently happening,
It looks
Brett.
to be the case.
We're getting a nod from Neil. That's why I think dice are going down. He's just getting 9 inches away from where he can.
We are looking for some action. Oh, he's looking to try and get rid of the Volkite Contemptors. I didn't even consider that.
Yeah, I think the Volkite Contemptors are mean. I just wonder whether... he really wants to play Burst Crawlers and he's having to go for the Volkite Contemptors as a second best. You know what I mean?
I don't know. The thing is, I reckon he's thinking, if I don't kill those Volkites, I'm going to have no models eventually to actually do anything with.
Yeah, fair, very fair.
So I think it's probably the better play.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing that makes me think that he might not want to go for them is obviously he's got 2 Plague Burst Crawlers that are to the last. Obviously, he would love to. Effectively, I don't think the Long Fangs will stick around long once they've done their job. So I don't know if he'll then have the tools to get rid of the Plague Burst Crawlers, which could effectively gift Greg maybe 10 to 15 points onto the last.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's a big chunk of secondary points there. Yeah. So we will see. There you can see the drop pod, guys. Looking sexy on the table.
Neil, what is that model just in the bottom right-hand side there? Yeah, what is that? Just going to quick update.
So as you can see from this shot, we have a pile-up of Death Shroud. The Death Shroud are hiding in here where the building later's just come from. That Land Speeder Storm, I would imagine that's gone. He's going to be piling all of his Long Fangs. He's got 2 squads here, guys. He's got a mix of Melter and Grav. It's quite clear to me that he is going to be trying to make a gun and a beeline for the Relic Contemptors, which are just hugging this wall here on the other side. Interesting to see if he puts all of them in there. Is he going to put the Grav in there as well? Is he going to put the... well, he's obviously going to put all the Melter in there, but it'll be interesting to see where he decides to split his shots.
We'll find out soon. I'm going to put my bank account on that. It's going to go on the Volkite Contemptors. Yeah. It just makes too much sense.
Yeah, especially with how he's positioning as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, as Abaddon's Lost Arms has said, my guess he wants the Volkite dead, then he can move Vanguard, etc. about. Yeah, he wants that assurity that he can move out of his cover without getting absolutely plastered and be able to do his charges wherever he likes. But there's still the Death Shroud to contend with.
Yeah. So am I right in thinking that the Volkites are strength 6, no AP and 2 damage? Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, that's really good.
16 shots.
16. And the great thing about that is as well, with obviously Death Guard's rule is that it's -1 toughness. So if those Vanguard, effectively Wolf Guard, but Vanguard vets get anywhere near something, they're going to then go down to toughness 3.
Yeah.
Volkite Dreads wounding on 2s, 16 shots, it kills.
They're insane as Death Guard.
Yeah. No matter how many Storm Shield saves you've got, 4+, you're failing a few, and every single fail is 1 dead because it's 2 damage.
Plus the 6s on the wounds are mortal wounds in addition to the damage.
Absolutely. Is there any wonder why Volkites are currently out of stock at Forge World? Probably not. Let's jump back to the top down.
I refuse to buy him. Out of principle.
Out of principle. Yeah, Mr. Vexy. The terrain's really cool. It's the Vanguard Tactics terrain for this event, and it's really nice. Helps us, obviously, the lads take the lids off and stuff like that. It's really nice.
The modular bit is really nice. You can see where stuff is really easily.
Yeah.
So it's great for the competitive play. Absolutely, for sure.
Can we ask the lads to roll in the dice tray, Neil, if possible, for these shots? Because that'd be really nice. We'd like to see that on camera, please. Just... Thank you very much for that. Cheers. I'd love to see what happens with these Long Fangs. I'm going to guess when we get to the shooting phase, that is what he will be focusing on first.
Absolutely.
Because if he wants any rerolls potentially, he won't want to use it anywhere else. He'll want to use it on these to ensure he's blowing those Relic Contemptors up, yeah?
So I've just been told that this model in the bottom right here, controlling the objective, I thought it was a Prince. Turns out it's a Chaos Spawn.
Ah, okay. But
like I said
doing
earlier,
its job.
Running around, getting objectives.
Yeah.
He set up a campfire.
Can Chaos Spawn set up a campfire?
I mean, he's got lots of arms.
Yeah, so maybe 2 to set the fire up, a few to do some cooking, 1 to scratch his backside, job done.
It's a perfect day out.
Yeah. Do you think Chaos Spawn can breathe fire? Or am I taking this too far now, Brett?
I mean, probably.
Too far. Okay, cool, yeah.
They can do nearly anything.
Whatever the demonic gods want to give it, the blessings of the gods.
Where are the Fnyords?
Oh, where are the Fnyords, as always?
5 gifted subscriptions.
Absolutely. Let's do a bit of this. There we go. Thank you so much, Fnyords. He's one of our great mods in our Discord, ! Discord. If you would like to join, come and be part of an amazing group of people, like Where are the Fnyords. We are So thankful that you've just gifted those subs. If you are on Twitch right now and you've got one from him, please say a big thank you, and let's have a bit of hype on the chat for that as well.
Thank you very much, mate. Always a pleasure to have you around. So we've just got word that the first Death Guard Volkite Gunner has been killed.
Wow, I would love to know how many like melter shots he put into that. So if we can find that out, it'd be great, because he's got 2 squads of long fangs there. So armed with melter and grab. So we'll
apparently 3 shots went through and no saves.
Wow.
Even with the reduced damage, melters are still brilliant, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Very good.
So, as you can see, I did say that this was going to be, the drop pod is the make or break moment. This is where his Dakar is.
This looks like 4 more melter shots coming in. That's looks like 2 wounds have gone through, potentially. I could be wrong here, but we'll find out. There's some 6s being rolled. Nothing's happened.
Right. So, so this is still big. This is probably the biggest moment of the game so far. Long Fang's in the middle. Picking on the Redemptor Dreads here with the Volkite. He wants them gone. 2 squads. Every single shot currently into those. 1 of them is down. Failed all the saves. We'll find out how many more he can... I'm going to hope... I think he wants to pick 1 more up from this. If not all 3.
So we've just had word that both Long Fangs have resolved all their shooting. We've killed a Contemptor and did 5 damage on the next one.
So that's 1 Contemptor dead and 1 down to maybe about 7 wounds or something like that? 6 or 7?
I think it's like 4.
Is it? Okay.
They have like 9 wounds.
Oh, of course they do. Yeah, they don't have over 10.
He's just spent his cherubs as well.
Right.
Now.
Is that where he's currently rolling on screen?
Try and finish it off.
Let's see where he gets to.
Oh, he's already done that apparently. Okay. Okay.
We'll see how this finishes up for those Contemptors. See if they can survive the... oh, it looks like he's going to pick one. Oh, he's changing the wounds on that. We will see.
Down to 4 wounds.
4. Okay. Does he have any more guns? That is the real question. I think we're about to find out.
So what's shooting now? So the Redemptor is now going, and he just got 6 shots from the plasma.
Got you.
And it looks like he's rolled quite well on that one.
So that's this one here. It looks like he's done some wounds on itself there.
He has definitely overcharged. It looks like we've got 3 wounds come through.
So obviously
on the invuln, and he's rolled very well.
Yes.
666.
666.
Hype for the 666.
God.
Let's go, gamers.
What a clutch roll that is. That's kept. So that has kept that.
That's a big moment.
That's kept that alive. So it was on 4 wounds left. If 2 of those had got through, obviously overcharge takes it to damage 3.
Yep.
Death Guard takes it back down to damage 2. Just need to get 2 of those through to take that out.
Exactly. But no, Greg decided not today and rolled 666.
Absolutely. So it's a roll like that can really change the balance of a game. Just keeping that alive, it won't degrade. So
no, they don't even degrade, guys.
It's going to be shooting at full firepower, and that means it can probably pick on those Lang Fangs next. It'll pick both squads of those Lang Fangs up, I would assume. On its own, that one...
Potentially. He's still got the Prince stood next to it as well.
Yep.
So that'll probably just fire up this 12, charge there, and probably tag the drop pod so he then can't get shot in the return fire.
Yep, absolutely, yeah.
And then kill that in his turn, and then do whatever he wants.
Yep.
That's what I would do anyway.
If Brett was playing right now...
If I was playing, I would have won turn 1.
Absolutely. You'd have just wiped the floor, wouldn't you, Brett?
I'm that good.
Yeah.
I've won so many times. I'm playing. Come on, guys.
Hype train. I'm going to have to check that out, Mikey.
There's a hype train.
I've not seen that notification, as you can tell. Mikey's normally all over this stuff, so it's literally just me. We do have a level 3 hype train currently happening on Twitch.
Let's go.
Please try and keep our hype train going. I think we had a level 4 yesterday.
Level 4 yesterday.
If we could beat that, how cool would that be? And everyone that gets involved by either becoming subscribing on Twitch or becoming a Prime sub, you're also entered into the draw for our Black Templars box set. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Hype train. I'm actually just enjoying the hype train. Great, thank you so much, guys.
So we just had some word that the Redemptor in combat with the Potswalkers just fired off his Gatling cannon and killed, how many was that? 2 or 3, mate? 3 in total
3.
So far.
Wow, okay. Nicely Hellstormwargaming chat. I don't know who they are, but they sound wicked, whoever they are. Yeah.
I heard they can't drive properly.
No, well, that's very true, yeah. Just while we've got a quick second, just to shout out for our sponsors this stream. We have
Whilst
3.
we're doing that,
yeah?
I'm going to quickly nip to the facilities.
Right, okay.
While you reel off some
Would you like to take your microphone with you so we can all hear you at the facilities?
That would not be advisable.
I think chat would love to hear that.
I don't think so.
No, absolutely.
Don't answer that question.
All right, Brett,
chat.
will you leave me all on my
I'll
own?
be right back, guys.
I'm gonna
I'll
miss
leave you
you
in the capable hands of Tom.
Oh, God. Okay.
See you in a bit.
So, yeah, just while we have a second, guys, just like to give a big shout out to the 3 sponsors. Okay, we're doing this out of the goodness of our hearts this weekend, and we couldn't have done it without a sponsor. So the first one is